Hello, everybody. How are you today? I'm at work. So I'm going to play some music, I think, in the background. I had some good music going on before. Let me see. This is done. Okay. I was playing some really pretty music. I don't know which one, though. Maybe from my other YouTube. Oh, my goodness. Oops. That's not what I want. I want to. So I'm sorry. I have a cold. Every time I get on camera, I feel like I'm constantly sniffling. I didn't mean to I don't mean to be weird about that. I'm gonna put this music in the background just for fun. Okay. So I am doing this to kind of go live here on YouTube for my students, former students, parents, teachers, whoever. Whoever you'd like to talk about anything. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through the teacher presentation tonight, and we can see, you can get more information on how that's going to work. We kind of did talk about that yesterday, when I had my calculator and I was showing you the cost of living and everything else like this. I kind of wanted to go through the presentation itself tonight so that it is here on the YouTube for you to look at later in case you want to look at it later. Okay, so where is this project? Let's go look here just a second. Get this open before I start everything. If I start everything and then you're like, oh, why did she take forever to open something up? I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. Okay. This is what I want to do. I don't want to do all of it though. I just kind of wanted to go over a few things. Try to keep this live a little bit short. And then, because actually I'm doing this to my webinar, I close it after 15 minutes if nobody would like to join me there, so that I can give you more information here, since I have a bigger following here. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and come back to you on Fancy Facilitator. And I think I'm going to change the Wi-Fi. I don't know if this is going to mess everything up or not. Maybe let me just change it to okay, while we readjust. They're readjusting. Okay, that's better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want to show you my screen, my entire screen. And okay, entire screen. And this tabby thing here. Slow. Okay. Alright, so we're going to hide this and start. Okay. Alright. You ready? Okay. maybe I have to turn off this. I was hoping to like, put that in as background music, but I think it's just going to be too heavy for my computer. So, all right. So, what I wanted to give you was a background of what I can offer you as a teacher. Okay. And again, I'm sorry, I have a cold. I don't know why my nose keeps running only when I'm on camera. This whole night, I haven't sniffled at all. It's like normal. I don't know what's wrong. Okay. Anyways, so what I'm teaching overseas is much more because I can really like my horizons. Okay. But then the drawback is I don't get to see my children who are now adults very often, and the year if I'm lucky, or a lot more than that if I can save up my money really well. And so that's kind of the bummer part of it. But you still do make quite a bit of money, and you can save. Or if you're like me, you like to spend, you can spend a lot too. Anyways, we're going to go on. So, Members by Marissa is under the parent company of Members by Marissa LLC. Members Education Consultancy is under the parent company of Members by Marissa. Okay, so I could write to you who I am and how I should be qualified to be your consultant, but instead, I think what I'd rather do is show you a little, okay, as a teacher, because this will help you make sure that you have everything organized. Want to partner with MEC can see your information without contacting you directly. Okay. All right. So we're going to go to this presentation here. And what I've done is this is something I use, and I sent it to all the jobs that I wanted to get. And I did get interviews. I got actually quite a few interviews because of it, because it was a different way to. So in this here, I have my links or anything like this because we want to keep it professional. Unless in your professional life, like for instance, in my YouTube, all of your educational experiences are there. That's okay as long as there aren't any like phone numbers or emails where they can reach you. Okay, we don't want to give schools a temptation of trying to get you out of the safety net, because when they do that and they contact you directly, then you have to go through all of that information again. You have to get your references and everything else like this, and it's just too much work for you. Plus, the schools then take advantage of the fact that you need work, and they don't respect you as well. And they'll try to give you like the lowest deal because they'll say, "Oh, we're paying the consultant so much more money, or the recruiter so much money," and they're not. I'm not even charging them 20% of your annual salary, which is what most of them charge. So they're getting you a completely vetted teacher. I've checked all your references and everything for a lot less. And if they try to go around the corner and try to get you from the backside, it's like you just tell them, "Sorry, I'm not interested with going in any other direction except through Miss Marissa." Okay. All right. So what I would do is then you would say table of contents. This is what I decided to do last year. This is 2025 because this is what I was doing last year before I decided to come home and start my own company. Okay. So I would have an about me, explanation about me. I would have education, experience, my personal skills, documentation, philosophy of education, and contact me. Again, your contact me will be different. We might not even put it in the back. We will see. I can make a judgment call on that once I get to know you a little bit better and do that international MEC screening interview with you. Okay. You will be giving them a paper copy of your summary of your life and your a professional life. Okay. Without your phone number, without your email. They can look through that and say, oh, I really like this one and I'd really like to meet her. But in order to get to her, I need to go through Miss Marissa and I need to pay her half of her fee. Because if they decide to do this with you, it's up to you if you respond. But if they do this with you, then at least I've earned half of what they owe me. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Most employers are not going to look at or about me, education, experience, personal skill, lots of education, contact me. They're going to look right at your documentation first. Do you have your degrees, certificates, your references? Do you have that all there? Again, your references on here are going to be itty bitty little letters or letters of experience or this type of thing. And references I will do by contacting the people that you've asked me for them to be your references. Okay. I will contact them, not the school. I will say that I am working on vetting your teacher on my website. And this is the professional level that I provide for my teachers. And I'd like you to answer some questions about the teachers if you have time. So I will actually try to give them a call. Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. How are you today? So I'm going to let you listen to this. I need so you can listen. Okay. So that is something that I do. And okay, so that is something that I do, is you do an introductory video and then you'll send it to me and then I will put it into your CV. Okay. I used Veed for this when I was overseas. Now Veed charges. So now I just use everything in Clipchamp because that's free for me now. If you have a Google Meet, you can record your own Google Meet. So you could do something like that. That's a little more complicated, I think. You could do a phone, but again, phone is going to give you not like a longer panoramic type viewpoint. You're not going to be able to, unless you have like a phone thing that you can view that on, you're not going to be able to hold it, when you work. I might have to come back to you guys here for a second. Okay. It looks like I might have a customer that I have to do. Yeah. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm working in a motel, and this is what I do. I have to get up and take people, right? Okay. Would you know I blow my nose and it's still kind of sniffly. Okay, anyways, so what did I want to do? All right, so if you go back to this thing, so what you would do is you would film your introduction, and all my introduction, approachable, I'm active, I'm energetic, and this is my introduction in 4 lines. Okay, that reiterates what your video says about you. Okay. All right, on the education page, what I've done, which is very helpful for some people that are looking, my GPA wasn't the greatest for college, but Franciscan University of Steubenville, the grade averages are different. It's more of like a Ivy League type school. It's like a second. It's like not like as high as Princeton and those college is. I also put links in there. So what is the Franciscan University of Steubenville, they click on the link and it automatically goes to my university. So it goes to my university. They can see the quality of the university at, about what is the website like, is it an online, university? Is it in person? We've got different academics. It's got all of these different programs. You see here? All programs, study abroad in Austria. An employer is curious, they can go look at it. All right. Now, my years of teaching experience is something like I have a huge experience in teaching. I've been teaching, my total educational background is over 20 years, but 18 years in the classroom. So like if you were to add 5 years and 13 is 18 plus 6, that's over 20. It's 24 years in education. But I really wasn't doing any educating here except for my own family. And I also wrote to Amazon page, okay, where it gives the review of my book. All right. I have 5 years of education administrative experience. And my teaching experience here that you might have seen. This gives my Bemidji, I was there for 1 year. I did the Franciscan University as a 2.89. And then professional life coach, the full stack, and the change of tides. And I'm working on Limitless right now. And this is the book I authored. I've done some volunteering. Everything is here. So if it was too short for them, I've got it linked to my LinkedIn so that they can go to my LinkedIn and find out more information about it, to choose to go look at that. So it might be something that they may choose to do. All right. So these are my skills page, personal skill. All right. So according to, I have leadership. Okay. My leadership skills that are my more forte are team management, teacher training, delegation, and decision making. All right, in teaching, I have my own skills cache math program that I've developed. I'm really great at assessment and holistic approaches and classroom management. All right, here is your other information, your documentation. Now, your documentation will not have a letter or like this with your signature or anything, because instead you will have just maybe their names only and maybe their position only. That's something that we might put here. Okay, we've got you. So like here, you might just want to put just the names of your references, who they are, and their position in life. And here we could put letters of recommendation or experience that you have. All right. You could put just the transcript that shows your degree here, because in your folio, in your portfolio online, you will be able to put all of the pages, everything that you want to. But this is like your highlights, okay? All right. Okay, I'm gonna do this now. Okay. So your philosophy statement, it's important to have some type of philosophy statement. Ooh, it's so big. Okay. Okay, to express it. Okay. It says, although I've been one of the workforce some time, you know, I have got a presentation highlighting my vision for dynamic and engaging teaching program. This is my arts and education portfolio here. Please find a CV presentation attached in PDF format, which includes all documentation, along with the link to my LinkedIn profile. This is like, kind of like, there again is my LinkedIn profile. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute you guys over on the YouTube again so that you can see this. Now, what I've done here is you have to be really careful about these types of videos. This video I got the school where I was teaching at. They knew that I had a huge social media following. They knew that I was well connected in the educational world. And they knew that by allowing me to put their children's faces on my recruitment video, then it was just to help me in my career. And it wasn't something that I was willing to put out there in the world or this type of thing, that they might see it on YouTube or they might see it on this type of thing, but it would be my YouTube. I don't have 1 million followers yet. I say yet because I need to be positive thinking, right? But this is something that I did because I had permission to do it. The year was from 2022 to 2023. So it's been some time. It's been, about 3 to 4 years since this. And these kids are all big now. And I'm sure if they see this video now, they're like, oh, Miss Marissa, you remembered. We love you so much, because that's the way they were. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. I will mute this one here. Whoops. Okay. Whoops. I will mute this here. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. It was fun to make it. This would be something that you could do. You wouldn't have to do a video like this where you have pictures like with your students. If you're going to do that, most schools now, this was back in 2022 to 2023, it was a little bit more lax. Every year it seems to get harder and harder to do stuff like this. So you would have to ask your school currently where you're working if it's possible that you can do something like this, or if you can get permission, written permission from parents, or if you want to just take pictures of your actual activities, that's okay too, because schools just want to see the types of things that you would do with students, so they can kind of look at, they're trained to look at how you teach just by the activities that you do. Okay. All right. So then, okay, let's go back to this again. So after the philosophy statement, you go to the last page. And the last page is your, contact information. Again, when you bring this back to me, this is my avatar from Snapchat. I liked looking like that. I don't know. It's the one that's on my YouTube channel too. It's just something that is easy for me. My new Snapchat one is not professional looking at all. But anyways, you can put your YouTube, if you have a YouTube channel. Whoops, why did it go out? I want it to go back. Okay. You can put your website if you have a website, but your website cannot have your contact information on it. So that is the only thing. If you have anything else that you would like to show, maybe you have your LinkedIn, you want to put it there, or you have a Reddit account where you post information there, you could do something like that. But as long as your information is not visible, so that schools don't try to do this with you. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to make it where it's not super long. We're just going to jump to my website right now. Okay, and next time, maybe next week, we'll do one about the members platform. Okay, this is 2025 because I made this logo in 2025. I have to go back and fix it, but I haven't had a chance to do that yet. You guys have seen all of this already. You can stop this video and read it if you would like. Okay, but in order to get to the link or you register, you can hit the Members Education Consultancy. It will jump to that page because for some reason it jumps. I thought, so here's your webinar links. If you have more questions that you want to verbally ask, please join me on the webinars every Thursday and Friday from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m., which this is Central Standard Daylight Time. It's 6 hours behind GMT, or also known as UTC. Okay, so if you are whatever you are, then if you're like GMT plus 4, then you would add the 4 hours you are plus the 6 hours that I am. So then you would be like 10 p.m. your time is when this video would be on Thursday and Friday. Every Thursday night for teachers that are more like locally in the United States, this kind of falls better for you. Canada, United States, South America. I think that these times you're already finished with work. Most of you are, at least, and therefore it might be easier for you to join at the times. Why? I don't know why this didn't fix itself. I'm going to have to go fix it. Maybe I didn't publish it yet. But the partnership is not something that you can do partnership as in a sense of partnership with your colleagues, okay? But partnership for members educational consultancy is not free. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was clear since I am a very transparent person. if you're interested in franchising MEC in your own country, it would be wise for you to send me an email. Okay, and my contact information is everywhere. It is everywhere. It's there. I'm also on Gmail. Okay, but you can always send me a WhatsApp at this number, or if you would like to book an appointment with me instead, so you can talk to me one-on-one through like a video chat, we can discuss that as well. It would vary on how much of it be based. So that is something that if you are interested in doing, you could do that. And therefore it would be something that you could start in another country and have your own company and your own education consultancy and everything, but with my brand. All right, where you have access to the policies and procedures. I would fly to your country and do training. All right, so these are things that we can speak about later if that is something you would like to do. Because like me, some teachers like me might be like, Miss Marissa, I'm so tired from teaching. I've been teaching for 20 years and I really, really, really want to start something, but I just don't have the time to do everything about everything. I have to set up all the policies and procedures. I'd have to find a building. I'd have to find, maybe investors and everything. And it is a lot of work. I'm not going to lie to you. The policies took me a month to write. I wrote them by myself. Okay. The design of the website, that's probably like the 6th version of it. I would design it. I was like, oh no, I don't like that. So I'd take something off and then I'd put something on. I even had an Arabic version of it at one point. And then I thought, okay, well, the company is here in America, so the primary language is this. Or if you want to invest in my company, you can do the GoFundMe way, okay? Where you would get a receipt from GoFundMe that you've, that this is a charity like type thing and you were helping me with that. Or if you'd like to invest and get a return on your investment, we can do that as well. And so you wouldn't have to open your own company. You would just get whatever my revenue is, 1% each year. So that would be like passive income. But it depends on your network. Maybe you have a huge network out there and you would like to start something like this in your own country or your own city. Like, for instance, if you're in America and you want to open a Members by Marissa in California, and then you would have rights to all of California. I wouldn't touch in California. It would just be you. And you're going to recruit to places overseas. Then you just open the franchise and I would give you a price on how much that would cost. And you would be the owner of the franchise. So this is something you could definitely do too. So if you're interested in that. So anyways, teachers, this is what you would have to do as a CV. That's what we kind of covered today. If you want to register to be a teacher looking for a job, definitely please go to my website. The link is here in the chat. Go to my website and please fill out the registration form so I can send you a message and set up a phone call with you. It would be like a Google Meet, or it could be a WhatsApp, or however you feel comfortable. Probably a Google Meet is better. So that I can share my screen or answer any questions that you have more easily. I think that's it for now. We will be back here on live for teachers next Thursday night. Okay, and I start the live depending on who's in the webinar or not. So if there aren't any scheduled webinar attendees, I will start the live here at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Thursday. If you are an administrator, I have the same timing, but it will be on Wednesday. Okay, and so the reason I'm doing this is so that I can get my name out there, and so you can see that I'm still okay. That I'm still in the same niche, okay, just in a different way. And of course, my hair has changed in many different ways, and I've been more puffy and I've been more thin. And so you can see all the years have changed. I've changed in many different ways on my YouTube. But the one thing I want you to come back with is all of my students out there, my former students who are going to see this video. Miss Marissa hasn't forgotten any of you. You're all somewhere in here. And I want to help you find teachers for your own kids someday that will be like Miss Marissa was for you. Okay? Because even though maybe you didn't, you felt like I forgot you, I never forgot my students. I never forgot my children. My children in the classroom are my children. And they have always known that. Just because I moved away didn't mean I ever forgot you. I remember every single one of you. You just say, I was in school at blah, blah, blah. Do you remember me, Miss Marissa? If you send me your picture, because names sometimes are hard for me, but instances and your personalities, I always remember them. The hugs, the high fives, the cakes that I've stuffed in your faces, all the happy birthdays, all the presents, everything I remember very well. Because not only did you feel you had a wonderful teacher, I had wonderful children. Okay? So, I want to help you get a really good teacher if you're still in school. And you can tell your mommies and daddies or your parents that you want the school to sponsor a partnership with me so that I can bring them teachers like Miss Marissa for your younger brothers or sisters or even your own children, because some of you are that old now. And yeah, if you're a teacher and you've been a student of mine, I'd be happy to do something for you there as well. Okay. So I hope this reaches everybody, and if you're around next Thursday, I would love to sit and have a chat with you. And I'll just stream live, and we don't even have to talk about anything in particular. You can just chat away, and I can answer the chat too. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me if you have a chance. And if not, I will see you all next week.